For this video, we're going to go ahead and practice what's called sgraffito on a regular greenware tile. So this particular tile is still unfired clay, so it's considered greenware. And right now it's in what is called a leather hard state. So leather hard just means that it is really nice and stiff. It's not bone dry, which means it has no moisture in it. It's dry to the touch, super brittle, turns like kind of a chalky white. This is perfect really for carving into for sgraffito, okay? Now, real sgraffito involves, again, the use of a greenware tile, putting underglaze onto the tile, and then gradually scratching away the underglaze into the clay, okay? And I think you'll see what I mean in just a couple moments. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to do 2 coats of underglaze. So you're gonna choose a color that you would like to work with, okay? And I'm going to do 2 coats of this. Between each coat, I'm going to let it dry. And it's a good idea to, for one coat, go in one direction, let it dry, and then go in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is coat number 1. I went horizontally. I'm also going to address the edges here. Note that I'm working on a paper towel. Okay, so this is coat number 1. Okay, and while this is starting to dry, and it does dry very quickly, I'm going to share with you a little bit about the design I've created, okay? So I have drawn on a piece of paper, and I may have used this design in another tutorial, but I sketched out a design just involving some shapes on another piece of paper. Okay, the piece of paper I'm going to give you all most likely will be the same size as the tile. Mine is not, so I'm going to choose what part of my design that I will transfer onto my tile. You'll notice that my design has mostly shapes. You can do something realistic with sgraffito, so you can make it something that is something you like to draw that has a lot of detail and pattern on it, whatever it happens to be. It will work because we're going to scratch through this underglaze layer into our clay, and then we will bisque fire it as such. Okay, so the line becomes the color of the clay, and then the underglaze is the main color of the clay body. Okay, so as of right now, this is mostly dry. In the ideal world, I would like to like it to dry a little bit longer. And then for my second coat, I'm gonna go in the opposite direction, okay? Reason why I'm changing directions with my coats for underglaze is I really wanna make sure that I coat this completely. Okay, so one coat will definitely not be enough for this. And by going in multiple directions for coats, it'll allow me adequate coverage. Okay, again, I am going to address the sides. Again, I am working on a paper towel. This is what I have.